Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is our colour and chat number 2, and I am still working in the Lunar book as I promised you we would do. We're continuing on with this page is the word I'm looking for there. That's a good start to a colour and chat, isn't it? So I'm going to do these stones today. I'm still using my polychromos. I've picked 3 greys to use for this. We're going to use warm grey 4, 273, warm grey 2, 271, and warm grey 270. So you need essentially a dark, medium and light grey tone. You can do warm or cool, depends what you want to do and what you have. So you don't need to use the polychromos, just pick any pencils with a dark, medium, light grey. We're going to start by adding our shadow, as by now you know I like to do these things backwards, and I'd add my dark in first. Going to kind of use the direction that the illustrator's already given us with those little lines and pop it almost into a little C shape across the back in there, and I'll do that with a few of them, just starting to feather it out as we come to the edge so it will blend into the next colour, and we'll see how that goes. So it is currently Thursday and this will go up tomorrow. I never usually do that, but I was a bit behind on my filming this weekend, so I didn't quite get up the number of videos ready to schedule the releases for the week. So I thought I'll pop on tonight and get this colour and chat done for you guys, and then probably Friday will be the colour and chat day, I think, is the plan for the moment. So these will pop up on a Friday, just a bit of an informal chat along and colour whatever we're colouring until we're done. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so we'll go to our medium grey, and I'm going to bring that along the bottom in there, a little bit up this corner, and then up the side of that darker grey. Lighten it up as we come up a little bit so it'll blend into the next colour. And we'll try that and see how we like that. I do rather like the warm and the French greys that you get in some of the sets. They're very nice. Right, so where was I? I've got a few things. I've been don't laugh at me now. I've been kind of, you know, like when I've thought of something that I could actually chat about, I've got a little list so that when I get stuck, as I inevitably will do, of things to come out of my mouth on the video, I can pick topic pointers so we're not sat here in very uncomfortable silence. And the first thing I thought about was I was going to do a list of shame and a colouring book collection, and a viewer very kindly pointed out, Nikki in Niagara, you know who you are, that she doesn't believe in a list of shame. She is a colouring book collector and considers that a different hobby to her adult colouring hobby. And I found this an amazing idea, a very enabling idea, my husband believes. So I love it, I'm going with it. So I am now officially, guys, a colouring book collector, and therefore that's my excuse. I can I can get any book I want because I am adding it to my collection. So with the palest grey that I've picked, I'm now going to come around in little circular motions, and I want to just leave a little bit just in the off to one side in the centre white. I'm just leaving it alone. I'm fading that all the way to nothing just for some highlight, and then I'll work back in the darker tones to just smooth and blend those edges, so we've no harsh spot on these. So I'm not going to do my list of shame, but I will do a colouring book collection and, you know, show you the couple of pages that I've actually coloured out of the many books that I own. It'll probably take a couple of videos, but it will happen. I will do it. I'm going to do it that way as I continue to expand upon. I'll be honest, it sent me through a bit of a well, I don't even know the words. The massive, I now have an excuse and I might have fallen off the deep end and bought a few books that I shouldn't have done. And when I say few, I may mean more than a few. So there's definitely a couple of hauls headed up onto the channel of some supplies and books, if I'm being honest. But as I am a colouring book collector, all I've really done is improved upon my collection over the last week or so. So, yeah. And let's be honest, it's not like makeup or, I don't know, I'm trying to think of perishables. Add perishables here. You know, these books, I've got reading books that I've had almost all my life. They will last forever. You know, I'd be a bit more careful about colouring supplies. You know, there's no point buying 50 billion paints and then in 20 years' time when you actually get round to using some, well, strangely enough, they've dried up and they don't work. But, yeah, I'm alright with overbuying things that will last me a lifetime. So that also leads me to maybe colouring in a few more of the books I own to reduce my private list of shame down to less. So I was considering, I've seen a few people, you know, they list all their books and they do the random number generator to pick pages to keep trying to colour their hoard. So I might try that. I'm not sure, because I am one of these people that the minute you tell me I have to colour a certain page, well, it's probably not getting done. I'm a slow colourist to start with, but I'll really drag my feet when. So I don't know. I don't know whether to do that or just have my list and think, right, I need to colour from a book I haven't coloured in. Let's have a look and pick from one of those. So I might just do that instead, because it all leads to the same road. Outcome. Outcome's a better word, isn't it? It all leads to the same outcome. Colouring a book that's new. So hopefully those look pretty rockish. And like I say, on each one I've just left a little bit of white, just a tiny bit, just that grey fading in to that little bit of white, so that, I mean, you know, you could add white if you want, but I think sometimes with these I like the cream of the page and I'm happy to just leave it alone and leave it as it is. So in my first colouring chat last week. I thought it might be, I don't know, a bit nice to mention, you know, what I'm watching, what I'm reading, what I'm gaming, just because I find it a nice topic to actually get people chatting back to me, really. And it did. People, you know, I've had a couple of good book recommendations which I've added to my list, and you know, bits and pieces of what other people are watching, which is always interesting. And I was surprised just how many people really like The Horse, to be honest. I thought it would have been one of those quite niche things, but quite a few people seem to enjoy that one, which is good. I am still on with my audiobook, Stephanie Meyer's The Host. I'm still on that one. Haven't moved on yet. So, you know, watch this space. I'm sure at some point I'll be listening to a new book. TV, I've been watching FBI Most Wanted. Quite enjoy that. So I've been on with that at the minute. My husband keeps wanting me to watch WandaVision. It's a Marvel offshoot of The Scarlet Witch and Vision, the one with the stone in his head that was an AI or something to start with. And I'm a couple of episodes in. We will see. I'm reserving judgment. I feel like it's one of those things that's just going to be slow to start up and might get better. So we'll wait and see how we feel about it. Now, she's got her foot on this rock, which changes things slightly. So what I've done is coloured my rock as normal. I'll have to rub that out after. Coloured my rock as normal so that I have my shape already and I'm not confusing myself with things, because if you do too much at once it's just going to make it more difficult. So that is the normal shades that rock would be if it followed the pattern of everything else. Just layering those together. And obviously I've chosen my light source to be kind of here so far with these. So we'll follow the same kind of pattern with this. And I am then afterwards with my dark grey I've been using. So yes, I've just popped all my highlighting and everything, but it obviously changes things where this sits in shadow. So I'm popping in the shadow of that foot and leg on top of the rest of that item. And I just find it easier to work on those two things as separate entities so that all the rest of my rock looks the way that it should do, and I'm not confusing myself with, you know, you could have put it in first, it wouldn't matter. I just find it easier this way around. And then I still have my bit of highlight where that shadow isn't affecting anything, as I would do. And I've added that little bit of shadow in afterwards. Her leg's looking a bit skinny there, isn't it? Let's build it up into a leg. There we go. And then hopefully when we're all done and other things are in, and we can add maybe a bit of shadow into the water as well, that will look more realistic. By just adding that small little detail in there. And of course, because our haven't decided yet, will we be a moon or a sun? I'm probably moon. I've got a real thing for night pictures, but either way it would match with where the light source is positioned and where she is to the rock, so I'll be quite happy with that. Shall we do one more rock? Just for funsies. I'm just going to blend this one in. Got a bit of a line going on. can see and it's bugging me. So yeah, so that's what I've been watching. And I bought my husband the Knight Rider series for Valentine's Day because he likes things like that. He likes old TV series, he collects them and then he watches like the whole thing for days. But I bought it, so it's my own fault. I cannot complain when he then watches it back to back. And he kind of found out that I got it and was rather excited about it, so I gave him it early. So he's been watching that to death every night when we watch something in bed before we go to sleep. And yeah, well, I got him the A-Team as well, so I hope he doesn't. I'm pretty safe. He doesn't tend to watch these, so I also got him the A-Team. So I've still actually got something to give him on Sunday. So I'm sure he'll be rather surprised. He likes them as well. I'm clearly a glutton for punishment, but the things we do for them, because I know he'll really like that. And so of course those are the things I'll be watching for the vast future. But never mind. I'll be honest, I tend to put my earphones into my iPad and watch Colour Tube. So it's not the greatest hardship really to let him watch them. So what else? Oh, there's something big that I shouldn't really forget. I have 900 subscribers. You crazy, crazy people. 900. That is, I started my channel 4 months ago because, I just thought, I really, really like the idea of that. I'd love to pop the videos down and I'll watch them. So there's always going to be me. And you just, you hope that, you'll get a couple of 100 people and then it won't feel like you're just filming to yourself for no reason. But I definitely didn't expect to get so many people to press the button. And so many of you as well actually like interact and comment and chat to me and message me on Instagram and follow me there as well. It's amazing. It's not just that you pressed that button, it's that, because let's be honest, you don't pay for that. It doesn't mean that much really that someone's thought, oh yeah, I don't mind if that video pops up again and presses the button. It's that you actually, are watching my videos. So you really are crazy people. But you're definitely my kind of favourite crazy people. So I'm alright with it. And where did we start out with this? So anyway, this is a compliment. There's a compliment in here somewhere where I'm saying thank you, rather than just calling you crazy people. You can tell it's a work day, can't you? I've lost the plot. I'm so much calmer and more sensible on a weekend when I usually film. So yeah, I just, another thank you really for, taking the time to actually answer the questions I ask in the videos and pop a little lovely bit of something nice to me just because, and even messaging me on Instagram. I've got a lovely subscriber at the moment who's, you know, just trying to learn some background techniques and markers in a background, and she was really struggling, and she was sending me some bits on Instagram and showed me pictures of, you know, the struggle she was having with one of my colour alongs. And then, you know, I'm kind of hoping she'll show me when it's going right so that hopefully I know I actually helped her a little bit and that it didn't just end there, which was nice. And I've got another lovely lady. She knows who she is. She's not a channel, so I don't like to say people's names. It's not that I don't know who you are. I know your names. We don't share them because, you know, not everybody wants that. It's, you know. So she popped onto one of my videos to remember you're among friends. So you know who you are. And I just wanted to make a special mention, really, of just that, how lovely that is, and how much I love seeing your comments and the wonderful things you always put, and just chatting to you, really, and learning bits and pieces about what you're up to with your colouring, and the, you know, even the reason your colour's lovely and the pictures you send off to your family is just beautiful, really. That's a nice way to colour. But yeah, that was a lovely comment, very nice, you know, for her to say, you know, of course you should do your colour and chats, and not to worry, and just be yourself and chat and have a bit of fun as well, because, you know, we are just here. It was very nice, very kind. We always say this, but we have the best community. You know, the colouring community has the best people. We're claiming them all. All those lovely people in the world, if they exist and they're out there, they're obviously colourers. You can't be nice if you're not a colourer, because we have them all. And yeah, fabulous. I don't think I've ever, you know, had anyone be purposely malicious at all. You know, I do, however, get some of those dodgy link comments from what are obviously sex channels. And of course I always block those as soon as I see them. But, you know, that is one of the things of life, isn't it? When you're on the internet, that's what the block button was made for. And at least they don't actually say anything rude, so they're easily dealt with. Why they think a colouring channel's going to be interested in it, I'm not sure, but I suppose you have to advertise any way you can. So yeah, we've got rocks. I think I've done enough rocks. I was thinking that obviously it's nice to see people colour. Oh, if you can hear my dog, he's trying to get in. A bit of everything, but like there's some leaves left and there's some rocks left. I think it does get to a point where you're like, yeah, okay, we're sick of seeing you colour that one thing now. So I will kind of finish off some of the bits that we've done quite a few of, you know, off camera before I do the next colouring chat. So we're not spending about 10 videos on each page. So I thought we could tackle some of the tree next. Bring it down so you can actually see it. I've got a few colours because I couldn't make my mind up. So I'm definitely keeping my darkest colour. I've got dark sepia 175. I quite like the idea of this kind of richer reddy brown. So Van Dyke brown 176. And then I'll have this kind of medium warm tone, so Bistri, I think 179, and then I'm going to go for this quite light yellow brown, which is light yellow ochre 183. He's not happy Can you hear him? Oh. Right, so I think obviously we've got our light source coming this way, so that gives you your darkest parts of the tree, everything furthest away from your light. I have kind of decided in my head that we are of course going to be night time because everything's night time to me. So not going to be too light. We'll pop some of our shadows in first into where we want them. Kind of along here as well. I'll just check I'm on camera. Probably should have done that earlier. We are, it's safe. And then I'm going to just work backwards and in through the colours, going lighter and lighter. As always, this kind of colouring, I'm not going to go too realistic. You know, I'm not going to add grain and everything like that. I'm just going to bring my colours lighter as they come towards the light source. I'm going to pop a bit of the middle brown just in here and around. Just to give the idea of a rounded tree. And then, let's see, I'm going to use a white for my highlight. I'm going to pop a bit of white along the edge of here because we do have that moonlight, so we do want to preserve a little bit of highlight. Then I'll go in with this browny yellow. Just leave that little edge of that paler tone and work that all in. So same again, just leaving that little highlighted edge. And then we can kind of work our way back through all those colours again and just start to build up those layers until we're happy with the effect we've got. Okay, so yeah, there's no chance, I've no idea what I was saying, so we'll have to start on something different. I've enjoyed doing these videos more than I thought I would actually. I've shied away from the colour and chats because I found it quite difficult at first to do the two things and actually get a decent page out of it. But I think it kind of comes with time a little bit, and the more that you kind of are filming and on camera, and you get better at it, so that, you know, it gets a bit easier. And I've found that I've actually been a lot more comfortable doing it than I thought I would, so that's a relief. And a few people have said they really enjoyed it and to carry on, so that's also always a big relief. You know, not really any point if no one's going to watch them. So yeah, I'm thinking colour and chat day is a Friday, and we'll just see how we go. It's informal, so it might change sometimes. Sometimes there might not be one, but there'll always be some kind of video on a Friday. But we'll see if I find enough things to talk about to actually be able to do enough of them. Hopefully it will work out that way. There was something, if I remember right, that I did want to mention, but it's completely gone out of my head, so that's not going to work. Remember things for about 5 seconds I do, and by the time I finish the sentence of whatever I was talking about, the thing I was going to talk about is already gone. I'm one of those people that, you know, locks my front door, walks away and has to go back because I've left my key in it. So Lord knows how that's going to go with age, to be honest. Just start leaving myself a little note to take the keys out of the door. Oh no. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to do that, you know, show you as always parts. You know, I'll do quite a bit of the same thing, but then I will finish them off so that when I come back again, all the green will be done and the stones will be done, and we can start on something new, because we've got the animal and her and the water, so, and the sky, and quite a lot really left, so there's plenty to be working on. So we'll see how we go with it. But yeah, I'm loving the videos, to be honest. Enjoying my channel and getting a lot more from it than I thought I ever could, to just, you know, extend the hobby in that way. It's actually, I felt that I found it very rewarding, and yeah, so far I have not regretted my decision to start making the videos. That's it, there we go, I've remembered the stupid thing I forgot. So because I've been doing it a few months now, and I got my lighting sorted because that was horrendous, and I got a new mount so that I can colour without everything shaking around all over the place and you can hardly see what's going on. So I worked out what the thumbnails were, because I'll be honest, that was always the thing on the end of your finger to me, but, well, your thumb, should I say. But no, it's the little icon on a video. So I've worked all these things out and learnt as I've gone along, and I'm hopefully getting better at them. So I had a little look, and I've got myself an editing tool, and I've been looking into it and working it out so that I should be able to, you know, do the tutorial videos where people, they show you a bit and you get to see it, and then they go off camera and do the rest of those leaves, and then they come back on camera and they play it again. Which seems so simple, doesn't it, until you're trying to do it, and they show you the next bit, and you don't have to just do it all as lots and lots of separate videos of bits and pieces. So hopefully I'm going to have a go at all that, and that will help my videos improve. You know, just simple things, even like being able to pop the colour numbers on the screen and things. So I'm hoping I'll be able to figure all that out and add those little elements to my channel. I know it only seems like a small thing, but you know, when I'm watching them, you know, you see these little things and think, oh yeah, that's helpful. So I do think it makes it easier for the people watching them if those little bits and extras are in. Just going to pop my bit of white in again just to preserve the highlight as I go. And I do want to try and improve what I can to, you know, so that it is a good quality channel for you. So we'll see. If I can't get the hang of it, then I undo everything I just said. But hopefully that will happen. So yeah. It's like shooting your own movies at some point, isn't it? The amount of effort that goes into these little colouring videos. They're still quite enjoyable to make, strangely enough. It's very daunting at first, trying to work stuff out, but you know, you do tend to get it sorted in the end. You might lose some footage along the way or whatever. I've had a few mishaps, but it's not the end of the world. I'll be honest, I've coloured some beautiful pages and then not been able to use the footage, and it's so annoying because you can't just uncolour it and do it again. It's not how it works. There's no kind of, okay, take two, let's do this again from the top, people. You know, that page is lost. You have to do something different, which is the only real shame, to be honest. So yeah, that should be starting to come together. I'm going to have a look through the view. Do we look woodish? Yeah, I accept. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to darken the night sky and then it's going to be less contrast anyway. That's my excuse. And yeah, I think that's long enough for today's video. I don't want the colouring chats to be too long because I think people start to get a bit as always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. The chatting, the colouring, the whatever happened in the last 36 minutes. If you like these videos, please do click the thumbs up button for me. It helps me plan future content because obviously the more popular videos, I'll you know, try and stick to those kind of topics. And apart from that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.